Now let us see division of the decimal 5.2 by an exponent number 10 to the power 2. What is the value of 10 to the power 2? The value is 100. So this decimal number is divided by 100. Okay. First let us write the number 5.2 in the place value chart. So 5 is in the ones place and 2 is in the tens place. Let us divide 5.2 by 100. So this 5 moves 2 places to the right. So in division, the digits move to the right. So 5 is moving 1 column to the right and 2 columns to the right. Now the 5 is right here in the hundreds column. And 2 is in the tens place. When divided by 100, this 2 in the tens place move 2 columns, 1 column and this is the second column to the right, and now it is in the thousands place. Okay, so the 5 has moved 2 columns to the right and it is here. So this place becomes 0 and the 2 also has moved to 2 columns to the right and it is here in the thousands place, and this place becomes 0. The answer is 5.2 divided by 10 square or 10 to the power 2 equals 0.052. 0.052. The next problem, let's see, 7,650 divided by 10 cube. The first step is let us write the number in the place value chart. 7 is in the thousands place, 6 is in the hundreds place, 5 is in the tens place, and 0 is in the ones place. The value of 10 cube or 10 to the power 3 is 1000. So when this number is divided by 1000, all the digits move 3 places to the right. So 5 moves 3 columns to the right. 1, 2, 3. Now it is in the hundreds column. 6, which is in the hundreds column, when moving 3 columns to the right, 1, 2, 3, because it is divided by 1000, it is in the tens column. And 7, which is in the thousands column, when divided by 1000, moves 3 columns to the right, 1, 2, and 3 columns to the right. The decimal is right here. Okay. So when divided 7,650 by 1000, the answer is 7.65. Now let us see division. 26 divided by 8. Okay, so when 26 is divided by 8, 26 is the dividend and 8 is the divisor. How many 8 goes in 26? 3. 8 times 3 is 24. So 8 times 3 becomes 24. So let us write that down. So 8 times 3 is 24. And after writing 24, let us subtract 26 minus 24. We get the answer 22. So after that, since 2 is a smaller number, we cannot divide. Let us put a decimal. When we add a decimal, we add a 0 to it. How many 8s are in 20? So now let's see. 8 times 2 is 16. So let us write the 16 and again subtract. When you subtract, you get 4. And now you can add a 0 to it, so it becomes 40. How many 8 goes in 40? 5. 8 times 5 is 40. So let us write the 40 down here and subtract same number minus same number is 0. So the answer is 3.25. This is the quotient, and the quotient is the answer. When divided 14 by 4, so 14 is the dividend and 4 is the divisor. The answer we get here will be the quotient. Let us see how many 4 goes in 14. Yes, 4 times 3 is 12. So let us write 12 and do the subtraction. When we subtract 14 minus 12, we get 2. So we cannot divide 2. 2 is a smaller number, so let us mark a decimal. When we mark a decimal point, let us add a 0 down here. Now how many 4 goes in 20? 4 times 5 is 20. So 4 times 5 is 20. Let us write that down and subtract same number minus same number. 20 minus 20 is 0. So the answer is 3.5. Okay. Now you can see a rectangle. The area of the rectangle is given, which is 3,392 meters square. And the width of the rectangle is also given, which is 32 meters. What we have to find is the length of the rectangle. We know the formula to find the area of the rectangle, which is A equals, that means area equals length, L, times W, width. From that, we can calculate the length of the rectangle. Length of the rectangle equals area divided by width. We know the values for the area as well as we know the value for the width. Let us substitute those values and find the length. Okay, so the value for area is 3,392, and that is divided by the width of the rectangle, which is 32, right? That 32. So I'm dividing. So when I divide 33, right? So 1 times 32 times 1 is 32. Let me write that and then subtract 33 minus 32. I get the answer 1. The next step is 1 is a smaller number, right? And let me bring the next number down, and now I have 19. 19 is again a smaller number. I cannot do the division, so let me write a 0 on the quotient. And let me bring the next number down too. Okay, so now let me find how many 32 goes in 192. So when I found that 32 times 6 makes 192. 192. So 32 times 6, 192. Let me write 192 and subtract the top number and the bottom number. So it's 192 minus 192, same number, subtraction same number, is 0. So now we found, what did we find? Now we found the length of the rectangle. The length of the rectangle is 106 meter. How did it become meter? Area was in meter square, and the width, the value of the width was in meter. In meter square, there are two meters. So meter times meter is meter square, and 32 meter has only 1 meter. So meter and meter will get cancelled. That is how we got 106 meter. Okay, this is something that you have to keep in mind. You have to remember 1 pound is equal to 16 ounces. 1 pound has how many ounces? 16 ounces in it. Okay, so now we are going to calculate for 5.5 pounds. So the value of 5.5 pounds is 16 times 5.5. So since we are doing this, we will get the answer in ounces. So this is how pounds are converted to ounces. Okay, 1 pound equals 16 ounces. What is the value of 5.5 pounds? 5.5 pounds equals 16 times 5.5. So subtraction, it's again decimal subtraction. Just do the normal subtraction, and and in the answer finally, wherever the decimal point is in the question, the decimal point is 1 digit to the left. In the same way, in the answer, you just mark the decimal point 1 digit to the left. Okay, do the normal multiplication and place the decimal point correctly. The answer will be in ounces. Okay, so 88 times 14, how to multiply? 4 times 8 is 32. 32. This 2 you have to write down here, and this 3 you have to write up there. The next step is 4 times 8 is 32, plus add the 3 which is on the top, so it becomes 35. So after that, we are done with this number. Let's do 1 times 8 is 8, and 1 times 8 is 8. Now let us add 2. 8 plus 5 is 13. Put the 3 down here and 1 up here. And let us add everything. 8 plus 3 plus 1 is 12. So the answer becomes 1,232 ounces. Okay, this is how we divide the number 1,232 by 12. If you see, 12 times 1 is 12. So let us write the 12. Same number minus same number. So 12 minus 12 is 0. Then let us bring the next number 3 down here. If 3 is a smaller number, we cannot divide, so let us add a 0 in the quotient. And the next step is we have another number to bring down, so let us bring the 2 down. When we bring the 2 down, the number that we have now is 32. Right, so we have 32, and how many 12 goes in 32? Yes, 12 times 6, 12 times 2 is 24. So 212 goes in 32. The next step is to subtract 32 minus 24. We have 8. 8 is small number, so let us make a decimal in the quotient. When we make a decimal, let us add a number 0, and now the number that we have is 80. Okay, let's see how many 12 goes in 80. So 12 times 6, we know 12 times 6 is 72. So let us write that 72 down there. Alright, now let us subtract. 80 minus 72 is 8. Always remember the quotient is the answer. See, so the answer is right here. This is a quotient, 102.6. Now let us divide 102 by 15. We know that 15 times 6 is 90. So let us write 90 and do the subtraction. When we subtract, the answer is 12. So the answer is quotient remainder 12.